You can't sleep, your mind is racing, and you feel wired but tired. That's not just stress, it's your brain stuck in the on position, and it's a modern epidemic. If this sounds like you, stick around, because we're about to uncover why your brain won't shut down and exactly what you can do about it. And hey, if you want more insights like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out. So what's really happening here? This feeling of being constantly on is often a sign of a dysregulated autonomic nervous system. Think of this system as your body's internal control panel. It has two main modes, sympathetic and parasympathetic. The sympathetic nervous system is your fight or flight mode. It's designed for short bursts of action, releasing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline to help you deal with immediate threats. It increases your heart rate, tenses your muscles, and sharpens your focus. It's incredibly useful when you're facing a real danger. The problem is, our modern lives are tricking our brains into thinking we're constantly under threat. The parasympathetic nervous system, on the other hand, is your rest and digest mode. It's what allows your body to calm down, repair itself, and conserve energy. It lowers your heart rate, relaxes your muscles, and aids digestion. For optimal health, these two systems need to be in balance. You need the sympathetic system to get things done, but you absolutely need the parasympathetic system to recover and recharge. When we feel always on, it's because we're stuck in sympathetic overdrive. Our brain is constantly pumping out stress hormones even when we're just sitting at our desk, scrolling on our phones, or trying to fall asleep. So why is this happening? Let's break down the main culprits. First, information overload. Every notification, email, and news alert is a microstimulant. Your brain interprets these constant pings as calls to action, keeping it in a state of high alert. Each one is a tiny trigger for your sympathetic nervous system. It's like having a smoke alarm that goes off every time you make toast. It's not a real fire, but your body reacts as if it is. Over time, this chronic low-level activation exhausts your system. Second is the blurring of work-life boundaries. With remote work and smartphones, the office is now in our pocket. We're expected to be available 24/7. This erodes the clear distinction between work time and rest time. Your brain doesn't get the signal that the workday is over and it's safe to power down. It stays in problem-solving mode, anticipating the next email or task, which is a classic sympathetic state. Without clear boundaries, your brain never gets the permission it needs to switch off. Third, our lifestyle choices play a huge role. Things like excessive caffeine, especially in the afternoon, directly stimulate your central nervous system. A diet high in processed foods and sugar can cause inflammation and blood sugar spikes, which the body also perceives as a form of stress. And a lack of physical activity means we're not using up the stress hormones that build up throughout the day. Exercise is one of the most effective ways to complete the stress cycle and signal to your body that the threat has passed. The consequences of this are serious. Chronic sympathetic activation leads to burnout, anxiety, and a host of physical problems like high blood pressure, digestive issues, and a weakened immune system. It directly impacts your sleep because you can't enter deep restorative sleep when your brain is on high alert. You might be able to fall asleep from sheer exhaustion, but the quality of that sleep is poor, leaving you feeling unrested the next day. It's a vicious cycle. So, how do we break this cycle and teach our brain to shut down? The key is to intentionally activate your parasympathetic nervous system. First, create a powered-down routine. At least an hour before bed, turn off screens. The blue light from phones and laptops suppresses melatonin, the hormone that tells your brain it's time to sleep. Instead, read a physical book, listen to calm music, or take a warm bath. This creates a clear signal that the day is ending. Next, practice conscious breathing. One of the most powerful techniques is the physiological sigh. Inhale deeply through your nose, then take another short sniff of air at the top of the breath to fully inflate your lungs. Then, exhale slowly and fully through your mouth. Do this 3 to 5 times. This simple action is one of the fastest ways to tell your vagus nerve, the main highway of your parasympathetic system, to calm the body down. Also, get sunlight in the morning. Exposing your eyes to natural light within the first hour of waking helps set your body's internal clock or circadian rhythm. This not only helps you wake up, but also times the release of melatonin later in the evening, making it easier to fall asleep. It's a simple, powerful way to regulate your entire 24-hour cycle. Finally, schedule do-nothing time. In our productivity-obsessed culture, this feels radical. But scheduling short 10 to 15-minute breaks during your day to simply sit, stare out the window, or walk without your phone is crucial. It gives your brain a chance to switch from focused, sympathetic mode to a more diffuse parasympathetic state. It's not about being lazy, it's about strategic recovery. Your brain isn't broken, it's just responding to the relentless signals it's receiving. By consciously changing those signals, you can guide it back to a state of balance. It's about taking back control and giving your mind the rest it desperately needs. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.